Hey everyone, this is William Strife for Visage Guides and Kerosene Dreams, and in anticipation of the release of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, I'm playing through the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, only tackling miscellaneous quests. This is the third play video, so make sure you go back and check the other two. Now, I finished up the last video by performing a series of quests for County Leowin, and since I'm in the area, I'm going to finish up another quest involving this Daedric curse.
I was afraid you wouldn't come back.
Daedric staff.
Oh, please, I beg you. Take this staff to Darkfathom Cave and get rid of it and the scamps forever. I can't fight, and who knows what's guarding the shrine. Plus, do you know how dirty caves are? It'll ruin anything I wear.
Ugh.
Do this for me, and I'll reward you with another one of my curios I picked up a few years ago. A valuable ring. Are you ready?
I guess.
Here's the staff. As soon as you leave, the scamps will thankfully follow. Do be careful. I don't wish your death on my hands as well. I'm sorry I ever laid eyes on that thing. How am I ever going to get scamp smell out of my fine linens? Darkfathom Cave isn't that far from here, but the route may be treacherous.
Alright. Let's get moving. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the trip out there. Not a whole lot of point in showing that to you.
Greetings, Dunmer.
Good afternoon.
Okay, here I am at Darkfathom Cave. Go ahead and save my game first. Whew. Back into the dank underground. Feels like I spend most of my time in Cyrodiil underground. Maybe it's because I do spend most of my time in Cyrodiil underground. Scamps. You know, low-level scamps tend to qualify on my list as some of the most annoying possible because they don't actually have anything valuable to loot off of them, pretty much ever. I mean, in the first video I was complaining about the fact that I was dealing with imps over and over, but at least I could rip their galls off and make a profit off of that. But scamps and clan fears, you know, whenever you fight them at lower levels, there's nothing to get off of them. It's just feels like a much larger waste of time than anything else. I hate clan fears. Whoever thought that they had dinosaurs in hell? I mean, really, think about it. What does a freaking clan fear look like? Some sort of velociraptor crossed with a... I don't know, I want to say triceratops, but I don't think I'm thinking of the right animal there. Or, wait, reptile? Whatever. Whoa, I almost died. Cast my heal spell a couple of times. Great way to raise my skill. Look around, see if I can find a treasure chest or anything to open. Man, I love these frickin' potions I'm making. I could just pretty much hold down the cast button, and all of my problems are suddenly solved. Alright, now to try to get through the crowd of scamps. Press onward. No doubt towards another clan fear. Alright, you freaky little dinosaur, come here. I'll show you what it's like to go extinct. My stuff. So, you know, whenever it comes to games like this, especially in games that are so incredibly freeform, whether it be the Elder Scrolls or Fallout, or even something like Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, I really do prefer to try and play games in a stealthy manner. It's something that I try to do whenever I even play straight-up first-person shooters. I remember whenever I was going through Modern Warfare, I was doing everything I could to try and stay unseen in most of the campaign if it was ever left up to my choice. Not that there are a lot of options like that whenever you play a Call of Duty game, especially Modern Warfare. Of course, there was also... oh, what was the name of the game? Metro 2023. Was it Metro 2033? Well, you know what game I'm talking about. Whenever I played through that game, I tried really, really hard not to be seen. And, you know, one of the things that really discouraged me about it the most was the fact that I couldn't actually kill people and stay hidden very easily. I don't know, ever since I played Metal Gear back in '99 for the first time, I truly came to understand what stealth meant. And ever since then, it's been my favorite thing. Whenever I first touch a game for the first time and I'm given the opportunity of choosing whether or not I get to go in guns blazing or... what the hell was that? The hell was that? Huh. Check my map. It's like a pathway opened up. Ooh, hey. Sweet. Extra loot. Anyways, what was I saying? Right, whenever I'm given an opportunity to choose how to tackle combat, or rather tackle a scenario, whether or not it's through advanced tactics or simple brute force, I always default to stealth, because I really love the concept of getting in and getting out. In fact, I'm so focused on stealth that I think that being an assassin isn't as fun as being a thief, because whenever you're a thief, the whole entire goal is to get in. I've arrived at the Shrine of Sheogorath. Alright. Okay, now I can finally get rid of the staff. Drop that crap. Place the staff near the altar in the Shrine of Sheogorath. The scamps seem pleased with their new home, and best of all, they have stopped following me. I should return to Rosentia with the good news. Alright. Halfway done with the quest. Anyways, like I was saying, the big thing about my playstyle and my favor for stealth is the fact that, you know... what exactly was I saying? Right. I feel that, you know, playing as an assassin is a whole lot easier than playing as a thief, because whenever you play as a thief, you have to... I mean, personally, whenever I play as a thief, the overall goal is to try do everything you possibly can not to be hidden. You get in, you get out, you're never seen, not once. It's almost as if you weren't there. And whenever you're an assassin, well, you know, your goal is to get in, kill someone, and get out. I don't know, I'm just kind of splitting hairs, and you can really debate this subject to the ends of the earth, probably, but personally, I think that playing as a thief is a more satisfying and fulfilling experience than playing as an assassin. I'm just more interested in pilfering things, I suppose, than slitting people's throats. Yeah, you know, the Mr. Sandman perk, it really never did anything for me in Fallout. God, clan fears take forever to kill. And they never have anything on them. Typical. Take out the last one. Alright, I'm gonna capture your useless little soul. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna search over this room a little bit, see if I can find myself any treasure chests that may have been hidden. Alright, I skipped the trip back for you. I'm back here in Leowin, going to talk to Rosentia, Galena, to get my reward.
You've done it! I don't see any scamps or the staff. As promised, here's the ring. I bought it from a shop in the Imperial City many years ago for an ex-lover of mine. He ran off with someone else, so now the ring belongs to you. The owner of the shop called it the Ring of Eidolon's Edge. I think you'll like it.
No way!
Farewell, and may you find your way home safely each night to a warm fire.
You're kidding me. Another ring? Oh, now it's official. I am an absolute metrosexual ass-kicking machine. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Good.
Alright, so...
Over here!
Leave
me alone. I can't talk right now. We can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while.
Right. Okay, so I cut some boring stuff out. I did a whole lot of selling items off and whatnot, recharged my weapon too. Also bought a few new spells to balance out my magic, because the spells I have aren't quite up to par anymore.
Ah, you came. You're sure you weren't followed? Good. I thought I could trust you. Nobody else in town. They're all in on it. All watching me. Well, yes, I need you to do something for me. I'll pay you gold. You like gold, don't you? Lots of gold.
Sure.
Here's my problem. I'm being followed. Watched. Marukotti selectives, maybe. Not sure. I'm a threat, you see, to their plans. I know too much. I need you to check out some people for me. The ones who are following me. Watch them. See where they go. Who they report to. Will you help me?
Sure, why not?
Very good. You won't be sorry. I'll pay you well. Did I say that already? Let's start with Bernadette Penniless. Be outside my house at 6 a.m. You'll see her watching me. See where she goes and who she reports to. We'll meet here again tomorrow night. Oh, and never contact me in public. They're watching. They can't know you're helping me. Her house is almost directly across the street from mine, southwest of the Great Chapel. Coincidence? I don't think so.
So you're suspicious of your neighbor?
Remember, Bernadette Penniless, 6 a.m. Don't let her see you watching.
Because she lives next to you. You're suspicious of your neighbor because she lives next to you. Yeah, that makes a
Who will
lot of
help
sense.
an old beggar?
Okay, so just because I'm not terribly interested in completing the quest Paranoia and dealing with Glarther right now, I decided to skip out of Skingrad and head out to Coral. Really, I only ended up going to Skingrad because I wanted to buy myself some new destruction spells over at the Mages Guild there. Alright, time to start another quest. This one for taking place primarily in Castle Coral.
Hello. Welcome to Castle Coral. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Countess Velga of Coral. I wish I had time to chat, but I'm afraid I'm in the middle of an investigation.
An investigation?
I'm sorry, but the investigation is a secret, and I don't trust you enough to discuss it with you.
Well, I can fix that.
You seem the trusting type. Perhaps you can assist me. It seems someone has taken away an heirloom that is quite dear to me. I want you to help me recover a stolen painting. The painting was of my lost love, the Count Valga, and it has been stolen from my bedchamber. If you find the painting and bring the culprit to justice, you shall be justly rewarded. What say you?
Sure, I can do that.
Very well. I suggest you begin to gather clues. And I warn you, do not accuse the wrong person, or I shall be quite cross with you. Here are some keys. They should allow you access to many of the restricted areas in Castle Coral.
Cool.
Good luck, investigator.
All access pass to the entire castle.
Tidings,
Wish I was a
citizen.
thief.
Hello, I'm Leith Wavrik, the Chief Herald and Countess Velga's attendant. Welcome to Coral.
Persuade you up.
My duties rely on watching no more than the throne and attending to visitors. But confidentially, I will say that Orgnolf has been acting a bit unusual. His abuse of drink has gotten worse lately.
Brewskis?
He is taken to asking for money from others to purchase spirits. A porter's wage does not befit his habit. The Countess is in attendance. Proper etiquette is expected.
The Herald told me that he's observed Orgnolf having a drink problem and often asking for money to fund his habit. Continue questioning suspects.
Fare thee well.
Great.
Morning. What is it?
Oh, that's the captain of the guard. I need to talk to him.
Hi there.
There he is.
I'm Bitneld, the Curse Bringer, captain of the Coral Guard. What can I do for you?
Let's be friends, eh?
I'm sorry, I wasn't in that evening. I was making my rounds of Coral. The only odd occurrence lately was with Channel. I have seen her spending a lot of time in the West Tower. When I asked her about it, she said it involved her spell research. I suppose at the time it sounded good enough for me.
Bitneld, the captain of the guard, said he had been out on a patrol in the streets of Coral that night. In addition, he mentioned seeing Channel spend a good idea no time in the castle's west tower. Let's talk to Channel then.
Hello. Are you searching for something? The night that the painting was stolen, I was in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings. After a while, I decided to go into the dining area just off the Great Hall. I poured myself some wine and studied the charts I had made until it was time to sleep. From there, I went directly to my chamber and slept the rest of the night. Yes, I have heard that the painting of the Count was taken. I was unaware she hired an outsider to conduct the investigation. May luck be with you. The stolen painting was of Count Volga. Whoever painted it could not do the man justice. He was kind and noble, which is difficult to convey on canvas. I'm afraid other than that, I cannot offer much more information.
Good enough, I suppose. I asked about the night in question. Channel told me that she spent some time in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings, then she made her way to the dining area.
Go on!
Now for my least favorite person to deal with.
That's not bad. Huh. I don't remember seeing Channel or Orgnolf that entire evening. But then again, I stayed in my quarters most of the night. There was no point in going on my usual walk with all of the rain falling.
Rain?
As far as Channel and Orgnolf go, they seem fine to me. I only had a minor scrape with Orgnolf recently. I caught him drinking in the West Tower on the upper level. I told him if he didn't stop, I would tell the Countess. He just grumbled and agreed. He hasn't bothered me since.
He was in the castle that entire night because it had been raining. Didn't see Orgnolf or Channel. Mentioned he had caught Orgnolf drinking in the West Tower once. The West Tower certainly does seem popular.
So, you a living statue, or are you going to say something? The night of the theft, I was in the Great Hall, having an argument with a delivery boy from Braville. It seems his horse lost its footing in the heavy rain we had that night, and the shipment of port that it was carrying slipped to the ground. Oh, the fall broke most of the bottles. He didn't want to claim responsibility, but I gave him what for and sent him away.
Raining that night.
After that, I spent the rest of the night in my quarters, reading.
That's interesting. Wine ship rain. Rest of the night in the room. I've spoken to all of the possible suspects. I should begin to search for clues.
Back to work for poor old Orgnolf.
Oh, shut up, you old coot. Check out this West Tower first. See if there's anything that I can find here. What's this? I found an interesting painting in the concealed area of the West Tower. It seems someone in the castle is a painter. I think I should continue to search for more clues. I just so happen to know where all of the clues are. Next is Channel's room. Check inside this lectern. Paintbrush. Channel seems to have painting supplies concealed in a lectern in her room. The fact they're concealed seems awfully suspicious. Alright. Now to seal the deal. Check out the dining room. I found paint stains and footprints on the carpet in the dining area of the Great Hall. I have enough clues to make an accusation. Alright, Channel.
Hello again. I hope your search for the painting goes well.
Accuse.
Are you accusing me of taking the painting?
Yep, I am.
Very well. I confess to the crime. But please understand, I only did it out of the great love I had in my heart for Count Volga. It was I that painted that portrait. When the Count was lost, the Countess spent so much time with it that I became jealous. I had to have the painting back, so I decided to steal it, then hide it behind the painting in my quarters. I'm ashamed of my crime, but ready to face what fate has in store for me.
Oh, fate indeed.
I am undone.
No question, you're a servant who stole from the Countess. You are screwed.
Greetings. Oh, you have returned from your investigation, and I'm eager to hear the results.
That you
Whom
are.
did you accuse?
Channel.
I'm shocked to hear of Chanel's crime, as she has always been such a nice member of our court. But I see that your evidence is without question. She shall be banished from Castle Coral and stripped of her duties. However, I am not without pity, and therefore she shall not be jailed. But she is never to set foot in Coral again. Congratulations on a job well done.
I'm quite the detective.
As a reward, please accept this bounty of gold and gems. You've earned it.
Suppose that's a decent reward.
Farewell.
Not much of a mystery, though.
Hello. You haven't seen...
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, I've never been to Shadenhall. Oh, hang on, you're someone else. Apologies, my good friend. I mistook you for someone else. Always being asked about it, I am. Didn't I see you in Shadenhall, they say? Well, I'm sick of it. Sick and tired and sick, and perhaps a little drunk.
You think?
But never mind. You look like the honest sort, so I've got a job for you. You're going to travel to Shadenhall and find out what sort of impostor is trying to besmirch my good name. And you're going to tell him... I'm quite capable of besmirching my good name on my own. You should cease and desist immediately. There's 50 gold pieces in it for you, friend. Right then. Off you go.
That's so sad.
Okay.
Without question.
Stop talking.
One straight. And he paid me before I even did the job.
How can I help you today, friend? Is there something I can do for you?
Here I am in Coral.
He's alive? I was told that my mother and brother never survived. This is amazing. I'll need to go see him at once. You'll have to excuse me. I'd better leave right away. But please, come and see us in Coral. It would be wonderful for us both to be able to thank you for helping us find each other again.
Long-lost twins.
This reunion will be the happiest day of my life.
And then he finds out his brother is a wino. Oh, the sad revelation he is in for. Well, since I'm in Shadenhall, I might as well do one of my favorite miscellaneous quests. Right up here. In this house.
Can you help me, please? I'm Tavella Lathandis. I apologize that I can't give you the respect a guest in my home would normally receive, but I am at my wit's end. I'm sorry to be so forward, but I desperately need your help. It seems that my husband, Ryth, has gone missing, and I just don't know what to do.
Ryth Lathandis.
Yes, my husband is the Ryth Lathandis. Have you heard of him?
No.
You haven't? That's strange. Ryth is known far and wide as one of the best painters in all Cyrodiil. His specialty is setting the great forest to canvas. The paintings look so amazingly real that some say they can see the trees sway in the breeze. That's just a silly notion, of course, but it just goes to show the attention to detail Ryth uses when he paints.
I'll bet. So he's missing?
Yes, Ryth likes to work in his studio with the door locked, so no one can disturb him. He usually comes out to eat dinner and sleep. But 2 days ago, he didn't come out at all. At first, I wasn't worried. He does that occasionally. But when he didn't come out for a full day, I unlocked the studio with a key he said to use only in emergencies. It turned out he wasn't inside. I'm sure he never left that room, so I have no idea where he's gone. Please help me find Ryth. I love him dearly, and I'm so worried.
Alright, I'll find him.
Oh, thank you so very much. Here's the key to Wraith's studio. You may come and go as you please. If you need me, I'll be around the house. Do hurry, I miss my love so much.
You have no earthly idea where he could have gone.
Do be careful.
And then you say, hurry. Right. Go ahead and pop in here. Painting studio, alright. You gotta check this out. Awesome. Absolutely surreal. After touching the painting Wraith had been working on, I suddenly found myself standing in a strange forest. Looks familiar, like the great forest in the heart of Cyrodiil. Something's wrong.
Where did you come from? You look real enough. You must be from the outside. Oh, thank goodness someone finally came. While I'm overjoyed to see a friendly face, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. You're stuck here like I am. Sorry to break it to you like that, but if it wasn't for that annoying thief, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Okay. No setup. What?
I was in my studio when a Bosmer wearing dark clothing accosted me. Before I could call for help, he knocked me unconscious. When I came to, I found that the door to my studio was still locked and that the thief had snatched my paintbrush. That's when I saw it.
Still lost.
There was something on the canvas of my painting that I hadn't put there. It looked somewhat like a troll, but it was badly done. Then it hit me. The Bosmer must have leapt into the painting, then painted guardians inside to protect himself using the brush of true paint. I knew the secret of my success would be revealed one day. I can tell you all about the brush if you like.
Please do.
Very well. The brush showed up several years ago in the possession of an artist who was serving in the Arnesian War of 396. It seems an errant fireball had exploded next to him, and he lost the use of both arms. He was a stubborn man who didn't want to give up his talent. Being a devout follower of Dibella, he prayed to her for something that would allow him to express himself once more. She heard his plea and gifted him with the brush. It's said the bristles of the brush are woven from Dibella's own hair. That injured man was my father. He passed the brush on to me, and I intend to pass it along to my kin one day. Did you want to know how it works?
Indeed, I'm interested.
The brush allows the artist to paint from within a canvas. It opens a portal into which the artist may enter to paint things life-sized. All the painter has to do is have the brush in his possession, and whatever he imagines appears in the canvas. Of course, I like to wave it around anyway. It makes me feel more like a legitimate painter. I guess it all doesn't matter now. Unless you can defeat those painted trolls, we have no chance of getting the brush back.
That's quite the predicament.
The trolls that the thief painted seem to have turned on their creator and killed him. He didn't know the brush had its risks. The creatures are now loose all over the forest, and in the clearing where I was still working. The brush is on the body of the Bosmer thief there. I will not be able to help you. I am not a warrior. But take these bottles of turpentine. They might help. Do be careful.
The ironic application.
I'll have to remember to remove the trolls from my painting before I complete this piece.
The ironic application of turpentine as poison. Fighting painted creatures inside of a portrait world. I mean, I've heard of bringing your paintings to life, but this is ridiculous. And moreover, why did it have to be trolls? I hate trolls. I mean, there are a lot of annoying nuisance-type creatures in the game, but I mean, trolls, they really, really rank up there with some of the most annoying, just, God, get them away from me, creatures that I have to deal with. I think goblins are higher than them, Yeah, I would say goblins are worse than trolls, but trolls, they're still pretty far up there. Little tip for any of you who might be interested in tackling this quest on your own. Trolls, they have an inherent weakness to fire. So, make certain that make certain you have some sort of a flame spell or possibly a weapon with a flame enchantment on it. Definitely helps things to go faster. I remember whenever I first ended up finding this quest, whenever I got the game back in 2006. Oh, jeez. I must have reloaded more than 24 times because I kept dying against these things. And there's my specific technique. I think that it's a better idea to use the turpentine. Basically, the turpentine is a poison that takes roughly half of their health, maybe it's 1/3, and it just completely wipes it out because, I mean, hey, it's turpentine and they're made of paint. Makes sense, right? But, the thing is, trolls regenerate health, so I don't think it's a very good idea to hit them with the turpentine and then start hammering away on their life. I think it's a whole lot better to try to chip away their life until it's around halfway, and then use the turpentine as the coup de grace to, you know, fell them in one swift slice, instead of using the poison right off from the beginning and having the possibility that, you know, they get the better of you and you have to run away. Well, if you're running away, they're regenerating health in the process. So, it really is a whole lot better of an idea to rely on the poison turpentine as a way to finish them off, like I've been doing. Well, it looks like I've killed all of the trolls. Here are my stuff. I've also gained the ability to level up again. Located the thief's corpse. Just get my hands on the brush of true paint. Take everything. Now to return to Rythe. Hello?
Good work. Now I can paint the portal home. After it's complete, you must go first, or else you'd be stuck in here forever.
Well, it's a good
Follow
thing you
me.
brought that up. I definitely wouldn't want to be stuck in a painted world forever, as unique as it is to be in one. Rythe used the brush of true paint to paint a door back to his studio. I should now step through and return to Tamriel. I should speak with him when I have a moment. Cool.
Tavella.
Rythe, oh my love, you're home safe. I was so afraid.
If it wasn't for my friend here, you'd be right.
Come, you must need food and rest.
I will rest, but I must take care of our guest first. I don't know how to thank you. You have a good heart to help me get back home. I'll never forget what you've done for me.
You better not.
Here, please take this apron as a token of our friendship. It's not much, but perhaps it will help you in the future. All I ask in return is to keep the brush's existence secret. If word gets around that I have it, I'm afraid more than a lone cut purse will visit me.
Me, possibly.
Again, I thank you.
Well, Mariana and Sharia, hostess of Shadenhall Bridge Inn. We provide beds and food to persons of quality in the Shadenhall community.
So, wait, does that mean you discriminate?
Why, yes. I do have a lovely room available for a mere 40 gold a night. Are you interested?
Sure, why not?
Excellent. The room is on the floor upstairs, at the west end of the hall. I do hope you rest well.
It's a little bit pricey for a bed.
Be seeing you.
But, you know what? It's not like I'm hurting for cash. And oh, well, hey, check it out. I basically bought myself a flippin' suite. This place is huge. This is what I call a actual room. Take a break. Endurance, willpower, and intelligence. Most important attributes for this in particular character. Learned a lot about Cyrodiil and about yourself. It's hard to believe how ignorant you were, but now you have so much more to show for it. Alright. I skipped the trip for you, and I also cut out a bunch of work selling things off at a local shop in Shadenhall. But this is Allswell, a small village that's east.
Excuse me. We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with.
Yes.
You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing.
What happened?
Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off, but we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Ankatar.
He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
Simple
It's
and
just to
straightforward.
the southeast of here. Follow the path down the hill. But watch out for the invisible monsters that infest the ruins.
Oh, I already know about them. Big pain in the ass. How many times you gotta slash a wolf before they die? Just take your fur. Belongs to me now. Practice my restoration skill a little bit. Right, so, like I was saying, Allswell is northeast. It's west of the Roxy Inn that I visited during the last video, part 2 of the play. I remember whenever I first stumbled across this particular mission, it was really definitely off the wall because I actually walked into the town Ayleswell, and I was like, there's someone there. I'm pretty sure there's someone there, but why can't I see them? Why can I see them but not see them? I don't really know how to put it. You know how it is. You, like whenever I was talking to that Dunmer in the inn just a minute ago, you could see something. There was definitely a distortion, but it was really, I mean, he was still mostly gone. Invisible.
Oblivion take you! What is it you want from me?
Invisibility spell.
Yes, I have been working on a new invisibility spell. As you can see, it works quite well. Why? Oh, really? Everyone in town?
Yeah.
That must have been what all the shouting was about a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I was engrossed in an experiment that required my full attention. You see, in order to increase the efficacy of the spell, the radius was likely to approach the... Oh, never mind. I don't mean to bore you.
Just tell me how to reverse the spell.
You can tell them not to worry. The effect is not actually permanent. It should wear off eventually.
Eventually?
Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
You don't sound like a good scientist.
Really? I find being invisible quite refreshing. But if it will get everyone to leave me alone, fine. I did work out a counterspell last week. If I can just put my hand to it. Ah. Here. Stand in the center of town to make sure you get everyone. Oh, and make sure... Never mind. It should be fine.
What are you leaving out?
I've already given you the scroll. Stand in the middle of town, read it, poof! It is exactly like magic.
Pretty sure it is magic.
I am sorry about that. Just use the reverse invisibility scroll I gave you. Stop talking. Enough.
Alright, so head back to Allswell. Hop over the fence here. There's a particular penalty for using this spell. I'll show you what it is in a minute. I used the scroll Ankatar gave me, and the people of Allswell are once again visible. Now to just collect my reward. But before that, this is what it did to my luck. I have 50 luck, it's now 7. Severely damaged my luck.
Thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to see myself again. My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible. Ah, me. Friend, you are welcome at the Ayleswell Inn anytime. Free of charge. We haven't seen him since that whole invisibility mess. I hope it stays that way. Take care.
Leave it at that. Well, I skipped the trip for you, but I've headed up to Bruma, the nearest town, to make use of the altar so I can repair my luck.
Yes.
Go. Go ahead and check to make sure. Yep, see? Luck is back up to 50. Now, since I'm in Bruma, I might as well hit up a quest. I can start, yeah, right over here in this small little cottage? Shack, I guess is a better word.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Raynal Draelus, will be allowed access.
Let's make you my friend first.
I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Raynal Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain.
Please do.
In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Raynal arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So, you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer.
Okay.
As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense.
Sure.
Feel free to
Now for
question
my
anyone
least
in
favorite
town.
person to talk
I
to
can't believe this is happening.
in the game.
Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
Chill out.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast.
What happened?
I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Rainiel Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Rainiel, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Rainiel convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing. The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Rainiel character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar.
Now for where he is.
Rainiel's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Greetings, Dunmer.
Now
Hello.
to just search the room that Rainiel was staying in.
Bye.
Check this out. I've discovered a small journal in Raylan's room.
You're
at the
back.
inn. It seems
So,
like he was part of a...
any new revelations in your, investigation?
Oh, indeed I have.
How do you know about that? Ah, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelliborn was killed by Rainiel not too long ago. Gelliborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
I disagree.
What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelliborn was not a vampire?
I have Gelliborn's journal.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Rainiel have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Rainiel from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless.
You're a bad inspector.
I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
So wait, let me get this straight. You're going to reaffirm that you did a bad job and then get drunk?
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Rainiel was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him.
I don't need your authorization whenever I'm outside of the city. I can kill whoever I want. Actually, it's something interesting to mention. If you actually don't go after Raynal Draelus within 2 days after hearing those words from the inspector, he will actually disappear.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part.
Yeah, you're dumb.
I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer.
Well, at least you're honest.
Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here, but then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom.
So this is your last chance.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck.
Don't wish your opponent good luck in a fight to the death. Dear God, are you ever an idiot?
Die, damn you!
My sword, your face. Wow, death. Located Raynal in Boreal Stone Cave, he refused to surrender, choosing instead to attack me. I was forced to kill him. I can now recover the artifact mentioning Geliborn's journal from the chest. In the waterlogged chest with all 3 keys, I discover the artifact to be an amulet. It seems fairly unremarkable, and I'm unsure of its function. I think I should bring it back to Irlenia. One more chest over here. Teach you to get between a metro man and his jewelry.
I was praying for your swift return. What news do you bring?
Geliborn?
Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the brotherhood he had created with Raynil. Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word. Brother. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. Justice has been done.
Oh, that is it. Now I am the most blinged out Metro warrior on the face of the earth. Nothing can stop me. Oh, I have a little bit too much fun messing around with that voice. Well, anyway, that's everything that I can fit into this final video. Even though there are some more quests that I had to complete, I've simply run out of time, and I'm not about to release any videos that pertain to Oblivion after Skyrim is released, which is tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. This is William Strife for Visage Guides and Kerosene Dreams. Have fun with Skyrim.